Fanboys of the PlayStation, Xbox, get ready to have your panties in a tussle. And if you're not a fanboy, then I guess you won't be upset by what I'm going to be saying in this video. A lot of people are constantly bringing up sales figures as if they mean the end of the world. But let me tell you why that's bullshit. Sales figures mean next to nothing. Okay, let's understand this. Selling a product is good. That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, if you never sold a product, your product would die and it wouldn't exist anymore. But sales figures aren't everything. A lot of people like to throw up Xbox One and PlayStation 4 sales figures, going head to head, saying the Xbox One's losing to the PlayStation 4. Oh, it's all over for Xbox. When the Xbox One itself is just trailing by 2 million sales. Not exactly a lot of sales figures that's losing out on there. But I wanted to bring up this point because a lot of people make these claims. There's news stories all the time, man. People are always doing updates on frickin' sales figures, and I don't know why. It's like it's a waste of time. And nobody asks me to go watch these videos. No one demands me to see these news articles, but they just keep popping up. They just won't stop. So, the Xbox One is at 5 million, and the PlayStation 4 is at 7 million. Respectively, these sales figures are pretty good, right? They're definitely crushing the Wii U. Let me put this in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think is selling pretty good right now? What do you think has sold pretty good? You think Titanfall sold pretty well? Yeah, maybe. You know? You think Metal Gear Solid 5 sold pretty well? You know, Ground Zero? Alright. Yeah, no problem, right? It's a hot new game. Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare. Grand Theft Auto 5 sold pretty well too. Let me put it in perspective for you. Pokemon X and Y sales past 12 million mark. Yeah. If you put the Xbox One's 5 million and the PlayStation 4's 7 million, they get pretty near the Pokemon X and Y sales. That's something though, you know, because it's so funny. Pokemon is basically on par with 2 game systems. Systems required to play the games. So, in order to play Pokemon, people would have first had to purchase some type of 3DS, whether it be the 2DS, the 3DS XL, or one of the special editions, or the standard 3DS, like me. And yet, it still happened. And I understand that it still would have been cheaper than buying a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One on its own, but not everyone in the world enjoys Pokemon. What happened to all these quote-unquote hardcore gamers? I mean, come on, guys. Pokemon's not quote-unquote hardcore, right? If you can't detect my sarcasm in that, you should really stop watching the video now, because you're not going to get a lot of the sarcastic jokes I make. Either way you slice it, thing is that this game here is on par with the sales of Xbox One and PlayStation 4, the next generation systems that make people look so amazing that trailers feel the need to put on facial hair and show off the facial hair of their players. I'm looking at esports titles, and you can see the sweat drip off of them. And these systems are so advanced that they can register your body perfectly, that they integrate social networking so perfectly. You know, it's so funny that a 3DS and Pokemon are outselling these consoles, even if it's only slightly. It's just, why are you still doing updates on the sales charts? The next-gen systems are out there, and there's still not enough good games to justify purchasing one. If you purchase an Xbox One today, you may have a couple decent games to play. Metal Gear Solid 5, Titanfall, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, but unlike the 360 or PlayStation 3, you will not have a library to choose from. And that's just the facts of the matter. When a new console comes out, it does not immediately have a library of accessible content and games, which eventually will stifle the sales. So, that being the problem. My problem is that a game alone can beat these consoles in sales. It's something to think about. It really is. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were the best performers, selling 17.63 million units worldwide, followed by Ruby and Sapphire with 16.22 million, and Black and White with 15.42 million, Heart Gold and Soul Silver with 12.67 million, and Fire Red and Leaf Green with 12 million units. Do you understand? In the first 4 days, they were able to ship 4 million copies. If I do recall, in the first few days of Xbox One and PS4's launch, they were able to ship 2 million each, more or less. That would once again add up to 4 million. A video game is more desirable. This game itself, alone, you can't play this game, is more desirable to go out and get than a next generation system. And again, the dynamics are not there. I understand that. It is $200 cheaper to go out and get a 3DS and Pokemon X or Y than it is to go out and buy a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One. But it's still there. I mean, the Xbox One comes with Titanfall, and there are PS4 bundles out there as well. And yet, this one seems to win out. And again, not everyone likes Pokemon. And yet, this is winning out. You know, there are guys that don't play Pokemon. There are people that didn't grow up with Pokemon. People who grew up with Call of Duty. There are people who never got into Pokemon. They were too old at the time, they just didn't enjoy it. And yet, Pokemon is outselling these consoles that are targeted for a more, quote-unquote, mature audience. So, with that, I leave you to speculate, ladies and gentlemen. Are sales figures a big thing? Do they actually bring into question where the consoles are going to be at in the future? Please let me know in the comment section below. And I have been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. Good gaming, and God bless. I hope you enjoyed that video, and now time for a public service announcement. I'm Protomario, leader of the Maverick Rebellion. Are you tired of giant YouTube partners never replying to any comments? Are you sick and tired of seeing large YouTube partners making great videos but never releasing any for weeks at a time? Are you tired of the mundane, continuous reality that keeps being pushed in your face? Copyrights, violations, videos being taken down on YouTube. Join the rebellion today and become a maverick, where all of that will change for you. Just click the subscribe button. You'll be in great hands. I'm Protomario, and I approve this message. Mavericks unite.